Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of 90 Day Fiance, season something, 7, 8, episodes 6 and 7. I don't know. Look, we're going to do this fast. My camera has 2 bars. And if this turns off, I'm not redoing it, okay? So, Natalie, we're going to save her for last because she's crazy. We talk about, we see Jovi. Jovi gotta, go to work. So he apologizes about the argument that he and Yara had. He says that if he had known things would get as bad as they did, obviously he would have been there. He leaves. We see Yara go out with his friend Sarah, who talks about how he used to know all the strippers and have sex with them. Somebody peed in a bed, in his bed, and Yara's like, why are you telling me this? She then goes out with his mother and aunt, who are still talking about this whole reception thing after she's clearly stated her boundaries. They're trying to knock her boundaries down. And then we see Yara. She's like, oh, I'm depressed. I feel bad. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm sick. And she talks to her friend, and her friend is like, girl, is you pregnant? And she like, what? I only been with Jovi for 2 weeks. We been careful. How careful? Anyway, is Yara pregnant? Find out next time on 90 Day Fiance. Anyway, moving on. Andrew was giving me big, big, big actor vibes. Ain't he in community theater? There has to be something, because this view could only be better if my dear Amira was here with me to share it. Every day, every second, I'm letting her down is a second that love is fading. Okay, whatever. Anyway, he done called around. Habla inglés. Habla inglés. They all hanging up on him, or, that sound effect of hanging up. He then calls her father. Her father, it's like, bro, he was pressuring her. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. Her father over there crying. He like, I'm so sorry, sir. Like, Amira finally gets sent back to France. She's like, bro, I'm tired. It was a bad thing. I was in the detention center for 3 days. They had toilets, but no toilet paper. That sounds disgusting. And obviously, I don't know if she is upset with Andrew, but she said that she needs time to recover, and she hopes that Andrew understands that. She has 40 days left until her visa expires, okay? So, Rebecca, oh, crap, should I be talking about, well, I actually did talk about all of Yara. And I did talk about all of Andrew, yeah. She did say that he didn't ask her if she had made it to the hotel or blah, blah, blah. And she had only talked to him a little bit, saying, I'm on my way back to Amsterdam or back to, Europe. And she was like, So that's for 6 and 7, okay? Rebecca, what is going on with Zied? Zied is kind of creeping me out. Zied done lost weight, and now he think he a baddie. I'm really confused, because Rebecca is going to pick up Zied with her daughter and her son-in-law. They said, we coming no matter what. Zied gets there. Okay, now I can understand him saying, bro, I'm tired. I just want to go to the house. But they were like, no, we need to, go out. We need to go out. And I mean, in a way, I can understand that you are trying to protect your mother, but also you're not going to punk me and say do this and do that, especially since I've gotten off of a flight and I've been on a flight for 18 hours. But anyway, um, Zied is just like, oh, so much, so much, so nice. And it's like, does he really mean that? They like, we gonna go out to get drinks and eat, and he like, whatever you want. And I'm just like, bro, he's giving me, I don't know. He's just giving me a different vibe than the Zied that had a picture of Rebecca on his shirt. Like, this is a different Zied. Anyway, so while they're in the restaurant, they like, we know all about these young men who coming over from different countries wanting to, plot and ploy on my mama. We ain't gonna let it happen. We're here. I have no privacy in this house. Okay, I have no place where I can just go and just be in it and it'll just be me. I mean, I guess like right now, but I don't even want to be in here. So anyway, that's not why you came. So he's like, okay. So they go back to the place. Rebecca has no furniture, and he's like, ah ha ha, wow, it's fine. So then the next morning she kissing him like he's a princess while she about to go off to work. He just, standing around trying to make coffee, trying to eat something, can't sit on nothing. Because the only thing she got to sit on is a bed. Why is that shopping cart in there? Is she ever going to get the shopping cart out of her home? Like, I don't understand. Anyway, he calls his mother, tells his mother about yesterday and the third degree that he was getting from her daughter and her son-in-law. He then realizes how much distance is actually in between him and his family. This is the first time he's had to talk on FaceTime with his mother. So then Rebecca comes home and he wants to basically go in like 6 months or something to Tunisia. But also, when her daughter asked, what is he going to do for work? He's like, well, I know I can't work for 6 months. And she's like, well, what are you going to do after that? You see my hand moving like this? What are you going to do after that? And he's like, I don't know. Zied giving me, I don't know what, I can't be this high. Zied is giving me, I don't know, but Zied is giving me something. And I'm not really liking it. Anyway, Rebecca's like, no, it's probably going to be a year or so before you get to see your mother or your family, because we have to get married. Like, why did her eyes get big like that when she said that? I don't know. She's feeling, she just wants to know that he's here for her and not just wanting to go back to Tunisia. But also, if he does, then just try to stick to men over in the United States next time. Anyway, and also you notice that their picture is photoshopped. The picture of them together is photoshopped. I wonder why. Nobody else's picture is photoshopped, but their picture is photoshopped. I wonder why. I need to find out what happens to Rebecca and Zied. So, blah blah blue blah. Oh yeah, Stephanie done called Ryan, trying to call Ryan because of the borders have closed or have been extended. The Belizean borders have been closed. The closure has been extended. Okay, that makes sense. And so she wants to call him, and he not answering the phone, Then she get a hold of him, and she like, why you ain't answer the phone? And he like, what? I was at work. And she like, what? And he's like, you crazy. I'm trying to make my money. I'm trying to be chill. Clearly, he doesn't know that she's the one paying for him to, live his life. And it's just like, she sounds like somebody's mama. He was like, you're way past crazy. And she was like, oh, really? You're saying I'm way past crazy, man? Yeah, you kind of are. You're like you sound like his mama. Not his mama, his grandmama. I'm sorry, that's me. You sound like his mama. You sound like his mom, you know. You just and she's bringing up the things that she done did for him and his family. He's like, I didn't ask you to do those things. Why do you think he's going to be appreciative of something he didn't ask you to do, or something that you decided to take on, and you've been doing it so much that now it's just like second nature to him? Anyway, moving on. Oh, she said, I'm done. I don't want to do this. But then she's like, we need to see each other, and then maybe we can decide if we want to be together or if we want to, not. But I thought you said that you were going to be done. That's why he'd be talking to you any kind of way. Anyway, thank God Brandon and Julia weren't in episode 6 because I wasn't going to be able to handle it. So I think Brandon, okay. Also, Tariq and Hazel. So let me talk about Tariq and Hazel. Tariq is absolutely crazy. Tariq is crazy. What in the world? You're crazy. They have their little get together. I'm like, they got to get together. It's a whole bunch of people over there, no masks, but they go out to Virginia Beach and they have on a mask. Anyway, Hazel then confronted him about Minty. He's like, I'm sorry. Anyway, blah blah blah. His daughter recognizes Hazel. They cool. They hugging and stuff. His daughter sleeps in the bed with him. And he said, Hazel's going to have to get used to it. What? He said, this is how it's been for 7 years. It's not changing. Then when Hazel says, okay, if I can straighten up her room, clean up her room, make it look good, can she sleep in here, 5 days out the week, and then we can have privacy? I don't know. Why does she have to bring up the fact that she done gave up so much to be here? This is so weird to me. It's not weird that they're sleeping in the same bed. It's weird that your partner is saying, yo, I'd like for us, I'm not comfortable sleeping in the bed with a stranger's child. Not a stranger. With a stranger. Because they don't know each other. Ari and Hazel don't know one another. Why would you be okay with your child sleeping in the bed with a stranger? Why would I be okay sleeping in the bed with a little kid that I don't know, that didn't come from my loins, that I'm still getting to know and learn? And why don't you just want it to be us? And then you like, that I have to think about it. Like, come on. You sound stupid. You sound like I need to go back to be with my son because you clearly forgot. I have a son. Let me go on back and be with my son. You stay here, not have a wife, not have a girlfriend, because no one's going to accept the fact that you want to sleep in the bed with your daughter and then make everyone else sleep in the bed with your daughter. So there is no privacy whatsoever. That's great. That's great. That's amazing. That's wonderful. But anyway, he's like, I have to think about it. I have to think about it. What do you have to think about? Her sleeping in her room 4 or 5 days out the week? Anyway, but you're going to try to have sex. I bet. Anyway, Natalie has lost her mind. Okay? Natalie has lost her mind. Natalie, at first she was happy that he took her to the waterfall. Then she's like, she hasn't unpacked because she doesn't feel at home. Then he's like, I can make out some drawers. Then she's like, it's a pity that he didn't have time to make me feel comfortable. Then she talks on the phone to her mother, and I can see the delusions of grandeur because she's like, oh yes, mother, everything's great, it's wonderful. He's gonna surprise me with the ring. Bada boom, bada bing, blah blah bloom, blah blah bling. Everything's gonna be a-okay, mother. Yeah. And her mother's like, great, great, great. So, I need to know so I can do my visa, so I can come for the wedding. He says it's very tough being patient with her because Natalie is a handful. He says everything is not always so difficult. It doesn't need an explanation. She says she's tired of explaining things to him, and everything doesn't need an explanation, but maybe she's just overthinking it. I'm happy you said that, because the answer is yes. Both of y'all just don't need to be together. Why Michael looks like he just is tired. He's tired, and I honestly don't blame him. So Natalie says she wakes up to do housework alone, and she had to take off her nails to be a hardworking American. That's when her mother calls. And then we see in the next episode, if I can find it, she says that they haven't talked about the situation back in Ukraine. They need to talk about that. I have no idea. I have 8 minutes, so I'm going to talk for 7 of those minutes. My camera died. I'm not. I have schoolwork. I'm not doing it. Anyway, so they haven't talked about the, situation in Ukraine. She knows that they need to talk about that. She goes searching for the ring. She can't find the ring. She tells him that she tried to find the ring. She asks him where the ring is. Or she says the ring has to be in the safe. He's like, no, it's not it's not in the safe. And so she's like, I'd like my ring back. I can't remember exactly what she said, and it's not like I can look it up as I'm on my phone right now recording. Then they just get into this argument. First, it started because she was like, shrimp and rice, and he wanted pasta. And she was like, I don't want you to eat pasta. And he's like, okay. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna do a stir fry. And she's like, oh, I don't want you to fry it. I don't want you to fry it. And he's like, it's a stir fry. And she's like, you're gonna be fat your entire life. She calling this man fat. He trying to get a beer. She's like, oh, Michael, I don't want you to drink alcohol. He's like, I'm definitely about to drink some alcohol. You've lost your mind, ma'am. You've lost your mind. So then she started talking about him being low class. And he was like, what do you know about low classness? I'm sorry, the camera keeps moving. What do you know about low classness? And she's like, I'm living in it right now. She's talking about his ex-wife. Like, oh, I don't know if she was from the same class. And he like, girl, she started talking about IQs and what his IQ was. And she was like, mine's very high. Girl, I would love to talk to your other husband. I'd love to talk to your other husband. I'd love to understand what y'all talked about, because you are very much a lot to handle. So he's like, no, I don't know my IQ. Then she started talking about low class, calling his ex-wife low class. Then he's like, what make you so high class, huh? What make you this? And she really didn't. She's like, wait, what? I didn't mean everyone. It's just you and I. And I don't understand what she meant. But anyway, the producer had asked her, do you, provoke Michael with your words because, you be hurt? And she said, yes. Sometimes, I just want him to understand what I'm feeling, because I be feeling so bad, and I want him to feel bad too. Whatever. Anyway, and that's really the end. Michael is fed up. I don't understand why you think Michael is going to continue to accept this behavior from you. But Michael is 100% fed up. Okay. And last and least, even though I wanted to talk about Natalie last, Brandon and Julia, I really don't care. Who cares? He in there doing tea, giving her tea and bread. His mama and daddy don't like it because now he ain't working on the farm. And, that it needs to be talked to. It starts off with them the parents going away. And, they was having fun, got in a hot tub and everything. Then I think I know why I be getting PTSD watching this. I think I know why I be getting PTSD watching this. Oh, you like my co-star, The Bag? Anyway, Betty is like, I need to talk to you. So she goes out. She's like, the hot tub cover is not on. Then she's like, it's cloudy. And she's like, did you wear clothes in the pool? And he says, no. And so Julia's like, so we're allowed to wear, not allowed, well, we don't have to wear, or we're not supposed to wear clothes in the pool or in the jacuzzi, but we can't sleep in the same bed. And so then she's like, don't have sex in here. And so that's when his parents is like, we all gotta chip into the farm. We're gonna have to talk to them. So they talk to them, and his father's like, you ain't been getting up, helping on the farm, and you need to be doing that. And then he's like, I tried, but in the morning, Julia just holds me and is like, hey, oh my God, if you hear a fucking house phone ringing, then I really don't know what to tell you. Julia holds me and Julia doesn't want to let me go. And Julia's like, bro, don't blame me for this. And so then she gets up and she leaves because his father says that Brandon can't bring her tea in the morning. This is becoming more and more like a dictatorship, bro. When I tell you I was experiencing PTSD listening to them old people talk, that's all I got to say. I was experiencing PTSD. I'm like, ugh. Like, seriously, you have to think about this. Do you want to save money or do you want to have peace of mind? Peace of mind. I'd rather make $3,000 a month and my rent be $2,999 than not have peace of mind. Okay. So the next morning, I guess Julia was supposed to wake up and she didn't. But the thing is, Brandon also didn't wake up in time. Oh, after they had their little conversation, Julia went to go talk to Brandon, and obviously Brandon said, "Just work with them, just work with them, guys." Oh, my cameras! I need to hurry up. So I can just delete something. So she tries to wake up, but she doesn't wake up on time. Brandon goes out. Betty is trying to micromanage Julia. She's trying to do this for Brandon. Brandon is like, well, she said she was going to try. And it just all feels like it's either way too fucked up to be true, or we need to band together and get Julia out of this situation. Because who in the hell, anyway, I'm done. Anyway, if y'all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or visit my website. My name is Brielle. I make beats, I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye.